Hey everybody, another update for you. I know it's only been a few days, but show what I've been working on. We got some Flames of War stuff I've been doing. Now, these guys right here, I've been working on these. Just finished them, they're a little wet. I just finished the bases on them. These originally were painted. Kind of a greenish color scheme. They're American U.S. infantry regulars. They're basically were on brown bases with a little texture added with stones and that sort of thing. And I just kind of tried to finish them today with some actual basing. There's a little command base. Here's some of the infantry bases, as you can see, all textured. Now what I used on these is I used grit, some green and brown flock sprinkled on. I used some clump flock, as you can see here with the foliage, little bigger pieces. And I used some oregano. You can see those little sticks in there and stuff like that. Gives it a more natural appearance. So that's the oregano. Sometimes I use a little basil too. Prime ingredients in any good recipe. But there they are. Finished up these bases right here for Americans. It's not a complete platoon for Flames of War. I think it needs a couple more bases. One of these 4-figure stands of regulars and a bazooka, I think, base. But yeah, I got them done. I also got some Germans here that they've been mounted on bases, and I'm texturing it. Now I'm using Cellular clay for the actual texturing on here, as opposed to what I normally use, which is spackle or filler. I don't have that right now in supply, so I'm using Cellular clay, which is basically paper-based. It's basically paper mache, really. But I put that on there, and I got the figures all on the base, nice and secure. So these guys as well. I did this a long time ago. I put this little mortar platoon, a light mortar platoon of American paratroops to complete their platoon, but I put them on the wrong size base. I put them on basically this size base, and they're supposed to be on the bigger one. So I put the base right on top of the bigger base, and now I'm getting the edges hidden with some, again, Cellular clay. I added little stones, which is kitty litter actually. And that'll be ready for a little primer of brown earth color paint, watered down. And then I'll flock that up. Nice little hairs on here. That's life with a cat. A couple cats. But anyway, here's an interesting experiment. Because I play with different sets of rules, I like to have figures mounted different ways. And this is a Flames of War base, standard sized base. And what I'm doing is I'm using the Cellular clay to kind of form a little edge. Now this is the bigger base. And what I want to do is take something like this machine gun team, which I'm using for another set of rules. You can see they're based on a small base, but in Flames of War they're supposed to be on a bigger base with 3 figures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this base, I'm going to permanently put on a single figure on the side here, German, and what I could do is use this base that I use for other rules and pop it in this little perimeter here, like that. So it should fit in there just right. It won't slide around, and I can use that in Flames of War, and I can just pop it out when I want to use it with another set of rules. So yeah, that's a little experiment. We'll see how that works out. I don't know yet, but we shall see. So I've been doing that. There's a little Panzerschreck team mounted on a base for another set of rules. Battleground, if you really want to know. Battle group, I mean. So that's what I've been doing with my World War II stuff this week. In addition, I've got this HO scale railroad terrain that I found laying around. It looks like a little wooden fence. It's plastic. I got these with some old trains that I had up in the attic a long time ago. But they're just the right scale, actually, for 15 millimeter. If you look at that, it'd be something like that. So it's actually just right scale. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this with my World War II stuff. I'll just use them as some terrain piece. Of course, that's too big. I got a little pile of wood here, which I could use for something. Again, perfect scale, more pieces of wood. A sign, which I probably can't use, I don't know. It's not too bad. Maybe I could use that. But yeah, I got some of this stuff I'm going to take advantage of too. Other things I got going with Forge and Brush. I've been working on some things that are going to be going up. This is a pit fighter. He's been washed black. Very gritty looking figure. He still needs some highlights to bring out the colors. He's a bit dark for my liking. But he's one figure I've been working on this week. For Forge and Brush, he will be for sale. Premium figures, my friend. Premium figures. He's all metal too. Pretty nasty looking guy. Got him almost done. I got a couple figures for the Lord of the Rings range. It's Frodo and Bilbo. As you can see, it's Frodo here and Bilbo here. As you can see, Frodo has a kind of a, if you can see that, he's kind of got a blue steel tint to his glowing sword. You'll remember that. So yeah, that's him. I got to do a little repairs on him. There's a little bit of paint that come off like there on his hair. You can see a little silver metal showing through. The base is done. But I got to complete these. And these are for Forge and Brush as well. I don't actually play Lord of the Rings. This is Samwise. But these guys are almost done. Very nice figures. 20 millimeter. Of course, as you all know, I've been working on my newest series, which is Let's Play 40K. And I got some of that done as well. Of course, there's the rule book. I put some of the, well, let me see here. You can see over here, I put some of the figures together already. I got this character figure. Yeah, he's a nice figure. Now these are all primed red. I painted this primer on. And that's how I intend to paint all the figures. I don't usually use black or gray or white primer. I prime my figures whatever base color I want the figure to look like. And these guys, at least the Chaos Marines and Chaos Heroes, are going to be in a red corn, if you know 40K, color scheme. So, and then I'll pick out the other areas like the bone colors and the weapons, black parts, things like that. I'll just paint them separately. And then it'll get a nice wash. And I may or may not pick out the highlights. It all depends. I don't know if that's getting blurry. Yeah, there you go. That's a nice figure. And that comes with the Dark Vengeance set. He's a little special figure that comes with it. And here's another one I just got done putting together. Had a little extra Celia clay. I put it on his base in the bottom there. You can see he's a Chaos Space Marine. Again, he's going to be in the red theme. Pretty nice. All plastic. And of course, here's some of the cultists that come with it. Very easy to assemble. Basically, they're just a body and an arm. Perhaps a head. Well, the heads are part of the body. Except for a couple that have the arm and the head attached separately. But there they are. I got these done. But that's... I'll cover all the details on this in my series, Let's Play 40K. So if you want to follow along with that and see my progress with these figures, right now I'm painting an entire... I'm painting the entire Chaos Force from Dark Vengeance because you need it for the first scenario. So, yeah, I got to get them done. I'm not sure exactly how I'll paint the cultists, but otherwise I'm going to be following a Cornish red and bronze color scheme. Anyway, that's a little quick update for you folks on my work so far, and everything's coming along good, and I hope to have another update on my progress so far pretty soon. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you again soon, folks. Have a good day.